All right, ladies and gentlemen, the crypto gaming space once again skyrocketing. Our portfolio is hitting all-time highs. NFTs doing their thing, and everybody in between having a good old time. Because if you're not having a good time right now, then I don't know what you're doing, because the crypto gaming space continues to exceed expectations. As people thought, counted it out. Now you're wrong. Today we're going to be looking at crypto gaming NFTs, as well as a post by YP talking about the crypto gaming plays happening this month. December, I'm excited for it. There's a lot going on. Today we literally had the launch of 𝐒𝐸𝐸𝐬𝐸. A bunch of crypto gaming investors on there had a 10 to 20x. Of course I got in. Come on. But what do you think happened? I didn't get in it? Of course I got in it. So we're going to be going up on that and more. We've been warning you guys in the chat that it's happening. Good morning, Isaiah. I hope you're having a great, wonderful, whatever you have. Wednesday at this point, week's flying. But of course the week's flying. We're in crypto. Weeks fly like no tomorrow. So let's get right into this one. What's good, Harsh? What's good? All right, let's go. So here we go. Web3 gaming mints and launches to watch out for. I saw this by Yellow Panther. I was planning on doing a little bit of DD here. The music is loud. It's still loud? Are you serious? I put it half the volume that it was before. Oh my god. I'll figure it out at some point. At some point, I'll get that volume right, and everybody will be hyped for it. But until then, you just get your ears blasted every first minute of the live stream, I swear. Okay, so here we go. So Web3 gaming mints and launches to watch out for. We've got a lot here, and I'm going to break this down. I've actually done due diligence on every single one of these projects. We have 𝐒𝐳, which is doing nodes tomorrow. This is a Arbitrum Layer 3 blockchain project. They're built to go ahead and quote-unquote onboard the next billion gamers. They're going to have a whitelist sale. It's going to start at $300. If you're in the US, then unlucky for you. You can't even run these things. You have to do some sort of KYC. I've talked to the team before. They have several projects and games that are going to be launching. Kashi, Tarochi, Final Form, Llamaverse, Carnival. Overall, just a small projects launching at a very small market cap. So I'm sure it's going to be very fun. Now, whether or not you're going to be able to actually grab these 𝐒𝐳 nodes at a $300 valuation is up to debate, because of how many people are probably going to be buying this. It's going to go up in price pretty quickly. I unfortunately can't participate in this sale, but I do wish y'all luck, because I'm sure it's going to be a pretty solid sale for the people that get into it. Next thing is Storm Warfare. Now, Storm Warfare is being incubated on 𝐶_DeFi. This is a project that has a studio. It has a Jan token. The developers are Janus Interactive, so they're launching a Jan token. If you look at the gameplay, it is going to remind you a lot of games like Hearthstone. And I'm big into Hearthstone. I've got nothing against Hearthstone. Hearthstone is a wonderful game. Can I buy you one? No, you can't buy me one because I can't run it. It's not legal. And I ain't trying to do anything sus. So let's look at this. I think it looks good. Free to play. And it's being incubated on 𝐶_DeFi. So we all know what 𝐶_DeFi does. Literally, the Inspect XYZ play is insane. Not on 𝐶_DeFi, but yeah, 𝐶_DeFi has been having some bangers lately. Do you own any land NFTs for cornucopias? I don't, but I own the token. So if it makes you feel better, I do own the token. And the token, I don't even want to show the token. Also, Bloodloop, where can we get alpha on this? I'll show you some of it. You probably won't get too much alpha off of me today. This is a quick stream. I'm only planning on being live for 30 to 45. I've got some things to do later. But yeah, Jan's a studio token for Storm Warfare. We've got Bloodloop, which we'll talk about. I want to talk about mints, though, because mints are happening. A lot of people are getting into these mints. They're making a ton of money. But there's also mints that I feel like are a little bit ridiculous. Maybe I am delusional for thinking this. But there's a mint happening December 12th. This is the Cuckoo list and Cuckoo airdrop lucky list mint. The mint price is 0.39 Ethereum. That's expensive. It's expensive. 6,666 mint. I don't know if I'm gonna mint this one. That's a lot. Good morning, Dave. How you doing? And we got over here Alpha Chucho. Ya tu sabes. We got the Spanish fam out here. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be minting this one. I think it's a little bit expensive. There are a lot of free mints that are happening in the space, so I'm not too keen on minting these at those valuations, even though the crypto gaming space is mooning, and I'm sure it might be worth it. This is the first FPS mobile game in the metaverse. It looks pretty solid, but that's my thoughts on that one. Space Nation is the next one. Space Nation is as you can imagine, it's a space MMORPG game. Space MMORPG games, I don't know how to think about them, but these are pretty cheap. There's going to be 1,155 of them on Ethereum, with a whitelist price of 0.02 and a stage 2 price of 0.03. I'm gonna look into this one. What's up, fellow kids? How you doing? 0.03 mints are like nothing for me, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that the mint price is gonna be more than the actual thing is worth, but we'll see what ends up happening there. The next one is Overworld, which is having their Genesis mint December 15th. The actual announcement for this thing is pretty cool. I'll let it play while we're talking about this, but Overworld has been one of those metaverse plays I'm super hyped about. Look at this. Look how cool this is. They're having a token airdrop on everything Q1. 8-bit, they're doing well. I mean, it's hard not to be doing well right now, to be honest. If you were to drop some money, would I go to 𝐒𝐸 or gods? I would say I would do 𝐒𝐸, but I own both. So that answer doesn't make any sense for me because I own both of them. I own a lot of crypto gaming tokens. I've been in the space for a very long time at this point. Yeah, I say 2 years is a long time, but it really is. A lot of tokens have gone and went. A lot of narratives have dissipated, and a lot of games are coming back. Gods Unchained, I'm actually excited for. They went ahead and recently announced that they are going on to Amazon Prime Gaming. Here's the announcement for it. So that's cool. Primed for War. Gods Unchained is now on Amazon Prime Gaming. There are more than just that on Amazon Prime Gaming. Did I get an inspect? Yes, I made a lot. I made a good amount of money on inspect for sure. So good profit. I'm not mad at inspect at all. I'm very happy with what happened with inspect. What I will tell people right now, very quickly, is that I do not recommend anyone getting into inspect if you're looking into it after the launch. Only because the level of risk is really high. It's extremely high to get into something like inspect after its launch because people are going to end up taking profit. A lot of people are up 10 to 20x. I myself took a very good amount of profit. I took my initial out and more this morning when this thing launched, and I claimed my tokens. So be careful out there. Maybe wait a little bit. I would say 2 to 3 weeks after launch is a good time to DCA into it. But yeah, that's my TLDR on that one. Bless you, same here. Dude, it was good. It was good, Lars. We made good money. Good money. I actually got into it with my buddy Inspector, which we had on the show yesterday. He was like, I don't know. But then I was like, dude, we have to do it. We have to do it. We have to get into Inspect. One of the biggest, extensions on Twitter for X. And everybody uses X on crypto. So it's going to blow up. Influencers all over the place using it. How do you get in on these launch pads? Exactly. Yes. Launch pads are the only way to get into those very early on. So here we go. But you need to have like a good amount of capital because most of these sales are oversubscribed. So unless, you're putting in a bunch of money in there, you're probably not going to get many tokens is what I'm trying to say. So Bloodloop. Let's talk about Bloodloop. They're also being incubated on 𝐶 They have the Bloodloop shard token. I covered Bloodloop 2 months ago at this point. Their NFTs are also mooning. They had a free mint. Congratulations to them. Bloodloop was very early on before. They were trying to do some kind of pre-sale. Now they're being incubated on 𝐶 so it looks like they're getting really close to the launch of their token. I think Bloodloop is going to blow up. It's on Avalanche. It's got the right narrative. It's got the gameplay. It's got everything you need for a successful game launch. So for Bloodloop, I'm also excited for that one. Now, is it the most sexy gameplay? Debatable. But I like the narrative. I like the hero shooters. Hero shooters are something that will catch a lot of traction. And I'll tell you why they will catch a lot of traction. Let me actually put this over here. The reason it's going to catch a lot of traction is because of the fact that people like having a sort of attachment to a character. When you have a hero with a specific ability that does a specific action that's unique, you have a lot easier of a time to develop a connection to that specific character in the game versus, let's say it's just a regular shooter, you just have a gun and you're just shooting. Nobody really cares. You're just a dude with a gun shooting versus a hero dude with a bunch of abilities and ultimates and, K-pop songs and all different things. League of Legends did it right. I was looking at a documentary today about how League of Legends took over, despite the fact that they were significantly worse than their competition when they had initially launched. This is something that will be very enlightening for a lot of people in the space. They had a significantly worse game in terms of gameplay than a game called Heroes of Newerth. Heroes of Newerth was also a MOBA. It had the founder of Dota, so obviously they were the top dogs at the time. League of Legends was way worse, but what they won on, and here was their big advantage, was they were not scared of making their game free-to-play when making free-to-play games was not a popular narrative. So when Heroes of Newerth came out, and it was pretty expensive to buy, a lot of people in Southeast Asia and these Asian countries that were very used to the model of having free-to-play games, they ended up going to League of Legends, and they had, you know, millions upon millions of players entering. So the economic model that a game does on launch is just as important, if not more important, than the gameplay that it brings. And this is an addendum. Even to this day, it is important. This is not just a crypto gaming issue. This is an issue that affects every single game in the space. Every single game in the space. So yeah, there's a big reason for that. It's overshadowed by Shrapnel. Well, I mean, they're two different games, right? Is Shrapnel a hero shooter? Shrapnel's not a hero shooter. It's an extraction. So two different games doing two different things. I agree. Shrapnel obviously has a much higher budget, but that also means that Bloodloop is launching at a much lower market cap, which if you're launching at a lower market cap could mean that there is some form of opportunity there. But yeah, Riot really nailed it with free-to-play games. They also nailed it with Valorant. They're starting to make songs based off the characters and specific skins doing crossovers. They know how it works. The NFT gaming genre should be taking notes from Riot because they are the one company that I feel like is doing it more than right. Sure, we have CSGO. Sure, CSGO is a massive game, sells, you know, billions of dollars worth of skins every year. But what they don't do is make their characters more relatable. League of Legends does a wonderful job of that, and that's why they have the longest standing esports genre that has been massive, made it mainstream in the entire space. They've done a wonderful job of it. They've nailed it. So next one is Farcana. So Farcana reminds me a lot of Overwatch. If you've ever played Overwatch, you've got another hero shooter here. You know, you got the little gunplay. It looks like they have a couple Lyra assets, so still very early on in development. They probably have, you know, I'd say probably a year or something like that. You know, they're going into beta. It takes a little bit to get out of that. The game looks pretty cool, though. I mean, I would definitely play. I would cop. Farcana is having a mint, which they did very good job of this mint. It's going to be a free mint. Free mints tend to moon. In bull markets, free mints moon hard, and it gets a lot of attention. When you're doing a free mint, here's the most important thing that you've got to take away. Is this game going into a major release? If the game is going into a major release with a free mint, then it's going to get a huge DAU spike. DAU, daily active users, more people playing the game. They have to use this opportunity to get more people interested in the game rather than just the token or just the free mint. In this case, a free mint, right? So here's to hoping that Farcana has got it set up, that they are ready to do multiple activations after this free mint and carry on the hype, because free mints, I know for a fact this is going to be a successful free mint. If you can get into this one, it's going to be difficult, but if you can, then you're probably going to make a very good amount of profit. I worked on the Pike releasing video back in the days. It's insane how much thought is put into that game. It's a lot of thought, because you've got to think about it. When they play Pike, the main monetization model of League of Legends is skins. The only way they're going to buy into the skins is if the lore makes sense. If Pike's lore doesn't make sense, if I don't care about Pike, then I'm not going to buy into the skins, and I'm not going to play 1,000 games worth of Pike on support or mid lane or wherever you want to play Pike these days. It's important that you get it right on first release, that people have a good first impression of the character, and that they build an attachment to it. It's something that people to this day in gaming just don't understand. It's something that League of Legends was so ahead of their time that it's crazy. If you look at the League of Legends and their rise, it wasn't their gameplay. Their gameplay sucked. It was literally their monetization model and the attachment that people built to the characters in the game. That was literally it. So yeah, you take that into crypto gaming, my friends. ZTX. So ZTX had a token. It already had a launch. I don't know how the launch is doing, actually. Let me go ahead and check. I remember it had a big pump and then it had a big dump at some point. Probably, oh, it's a new all-time highs. Yeah, I was gonna say everything in crypto gaming's mooning, so probably at all-time highs, doing very well itself. So that's good, makes sense. That's a big green flag in my department. This is a virtual world, empowering creators and communities. You could build out whatever you want in this world. Pretty cool stuff. They're going to be releasing some pretty big stuff. Their beta's coming up very, very soon. So I'm excited for that one. That's probably going to be a pretty hot narrative. Obviously, makes sense why their token's pumping as a result. A pretty low valuation. Liquidity isn't the greatest in the world, but that also is opportunity, my friends. Opportunity. Next one is Champions Verse. Now, Champions Tactics is built out by Ubisoft. Ubisoft is a big gaming company. We all know about Ubisoft. I don't think I need to introduce Ubisoft. Here's the take, though. Ubisoft has made a lot of games. Just because Ubisoft makes a game doesn't make it successful. Just because Ubisoft is getting into Web3 also doesn't make it all of a sudden the best game on the planet. You know, Ubisoft tried to do Web3 with Tezos' blockchain back in 2020. Was it 2021 at this point? I don't know what it was, but it was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege was doing an NFT collection. Nobody liked it. I don't think they had the right audience for it. Now they're making a game that's a lot more Web3 focused. This is Champions Tactics. I think that the gameplay is solid. I mean, you would expect it from something of the likes of Champions Tactics. And Ubisoft, obviously, they have a big budget. Another thing about their mint is that it's a free mint. So free mints, you know how they go. They will instantly sell out very fast. Ubisoft is the worst. Yeah, you know, it's like talking about Electronic Arts or EA. EA ain't the best, but EA is all we got sometimes. So it is what it is. I'm not that bullish on Ubisoft and EA, but I'm not going to ignore it. You know, I'm definitely not ignoring this. It's happening. It's a free mint too. So I guess they're not greedy in regards to what's happening on this game specifically. Hey, maybe they'll do it right this time. We'll see. So in terms of collections that are very hyped right now, there are plenty of crypto gaming ones. Like we talk about Sugartown, we could talk about Shrapnel, which I will be talking about Shrapnel because I've been saying on this channel for the longest of time that Shrapnel operators were going to run up in price. I don't got to be that guy, but sometimes you have to. I called this out when it was at 0.18 to 0.21. Now we're at 0.325 Ethereum. Ethereum is also ran in the same time, so good for you. These will moon. These will still moon. This is still undervalued. Operators are going to be very important. You have to grab all 5. Grabbing 5 operators is very expensive to get all of the bonuses that these operators will go ahead and give. There's only 2% listed on this collection. The amount of owners unique, not the greatest in the world, but that will kind of fix itself over time. Guys, this is something that absolutely killed it. So good for y'all if you got into it. So block games, DICE, also having a bit of a run up. Not too much of a run up like crazy. People are also excited about block games and their cross-chain player network, which offers players instant rewards while they play their favorite Wave 2 and Wave 3 mobile games. This is going to be a big narrative where people are going to be playing these mobile games. They're just going to layer on top some kind of, you know, wager element or a gambling element. Games on mobile are going to use crypto. They're going to use crypto, and it's going to be very good. Something else, in terms of tokens, someone very peculiar has entered our space once again. His name is FaZe Banks. FaZe Banks is a very big influencer, and he's getting back into the crypto space, talking about 4 different tokens that are going to absolutely moonshot. He says a Prime is going to moonshot. I agree with Prime. Clouds, which is Loopify's. I like Loopify. We'll see what this one is. I have to do more research on this one. And there's Pepe the Frog. All right. And then there's Mog. All right, so meme coins, my friends, meme coins. Oh, boy. So next thing is tokens. Yesterday, a lot of people were confused on why I would put playable games over Gala games on my list. Am I saying that Playable has more games than Gala and has more quality than Gala? Right now, absolutely not. Nobody will argue that. However, there is no arguing as well that this thing's up 31% on the day. No arguing. Everyone that got into this, laughing right now. Sick gains. Oh, yeah, it was very good gains. So, yeah, 31% up on the day. This thing looks like it's going to blast through a 0. Avalanche is pumping again. Avalanche is a major narrative in the crypto gaming space. Don't sleep on those narratives. We have things like DeFi Kingdoms as well pumping. A lot of people have been asking me about DeFi Kingdoms. My answer is I do not have a position on DeFi Kingdoms. It's pretty liquid still to this day. It did have a pretty big moonshots, and congratulations for the people on DeFi Kingdoms. But as it stands, I am not a DeFi Kingdoms owner just yet. I have talked to the team, though. It's not like I haven't talked to the team. The thing is, they just don't have gameplay. Like, it's still very much a yield farmer. Like, I've talked to the team, even they agree. At some point, I hope they're going to become like a real legitimate game, and we're all going to be very excited about it. But just as it stands, just not there yet. I'm looking forward to when it does, though, for sure. Beam is another one that I was talking about on my last stream with Inspector. He didn't know about Beam, but if I had to put Beam on a tier, I would put this on S tier. Clearly, it's up 20% on the day. This is a killer infrastructure play, the best infrastructure play in the crypto gaming space right now. Would it tell people to buy it at this valuation? No, I'm not telling people to buy this at this valuation, but I am saying that it is up 211% on the month, and everybody that got in with us is very happy. Very happy. WAGMI Games. WAGMI is one that I think he put on the D tier. I would have put this more on like the B or the A tier. Their tokenomics, their holders all make sense, hitting new all-time highs, doing things the right way. I like Scott. He's a good guy. He does marketing the right way. This game is going to get a total rework pretty soon. It's going to look very sexy. This is a game that I think is going to perform well on mobile. I don't think it's going to do bad. It's on IMX. They're doing the IMX passport. There's governance behind this, in-game purchases. People are already making money. People have made money. People made thousands of dollars playing this game already, and the game really isn't out. So, I mean, you could download it on Android, right? You could download it if you want to. But it's not on full release just yet. So, yeah, I like WAGMI. I don't hate WAGMI as a token at all. He bought some paid network. Alex Becker, what's paid network? So is he trying to buy into these random lower cap ones? Yeah, 17 million. Okay, look at this thing, up 98%. Let's go. Pump it. Holy, I haven't seen this one at all, actually. I don't know what this token is. I have zero research on this token. I'll be honest with you. Set of products, launchpad ignition. Okay, so are they just random launchpads, or are they crypto gaming launchpads? Because I don't know anything about this project, to be honest with you. What's good, Gerardin? He put it in D tier because he didn't have enough alpha. Yeah, the alpha, if you know about the alpha on WAGMI, yeah, you know. If you know, you know. I know. I've talked to Scott. I know about the alpha. I met up with him in Miami. It's a good time to be out there. What do you think Copy is going to break out? I mean, Copy's already almost there, you know? Copy is very close to having its breakout. But Copy is doing very good. You know, like this thing had a run. It's up 153% on the month. This is something that to this day, I will still say the same thing. It's not on its trend just yet, but I think Copy is something that's going to perform really well in the bull market. I don't think it deserves only a 153% run. I think this deserves much more. I'm going to be covering 𝐒𝐤𝐿 for sure on this channel. This is happening. I've already confirmed that this is going to be happening. So I'm looking forward to what happens here with 𝐒𝐤𝐿. I'm very bullish on this product. I don't think it deserves the valuation that it's at. It should be higher, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I think it's indeed just a general launchpad though through GameStart. That's probably what it is. Yeah. If I don't know about it, usually it's either a small project or it's something that is not crypto gaming related. One of two things. I know way too many projects. About Crown from the Photo Finish Live. Am I familiar? I don't think I am familiar. Crown Photo Finish. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this for you. So Crown Photo Finish Live. If I can't find it on the first search, then I'm done with it. All right. So yes, I did find it. I got you. I'm coming. So we got to go back here. So I haven't done any research on this one. I've done research on things like D-Race. I've done research on, you know, some of these plays that are using horse racing. Horse racing is profitable. There's nothing wrong with horse racing. Now, is it crypto gaming? I don't know if it's crypto gaming. Is it GameFi? Maybe. Is it GambleFi? Yeah, I would say for sure it's GambleFi. Horse racing is gambling. Let's be honest. You know, it says, you know, run authentic races against real players for real money. You could argue all day whether or not it is or not. You know, Kentucky Derby. Horse racing games, I don't know enough about horse racing. Now, I know people that have shilled this to me a lot, okay? So I know about this project. I've never been a horse racing person, so I'd rather not get into something about horse racing if I don't know anything about horse racing. That's my take on that. Classy, are you going to be the new Duke of Mirandus? Well, I'm the king of the Galaxians, right? So of course, I've got to be the... No, I'm kidding. I don't have enough money to be the Duke of Mirandus. Hey, maybe by the end of this bull cycle, I'll own one of those, right? No, well, we'll see. I opened a couple boxes of Mirandus. If I can just show myself, I might be able to actually show y'all. I didn't get very good luck, unfortunately for me. maybe in the future I'll pull better boxes. I bought 10 of them, so it was around $1,500 worth of it. Here's what I ended up getting. Let me actually show y'all. So here it is. So we got 4.5 thousand Materium, and then in terms of Mirandus items, a heck of a lot of these dragon vouchers, different numbers. I already owned this orc exemplar before. I got a barn, which I guess, and then a ton of exemplars. So not very good luck, unfortunately for me. If we're, Materium ends up doing a run, which, Materium, it's up 21% on the day. Very low volume, so we'll see what happens there. Liquidity isn't that high. Hey, if it does something, it does something. If it doesn't do anything, then I'll just be depressed. Another thing I didn't talk about. So these are Genesis Wild Passes. This is for a game called Wildcard. Wildcard is awesome. Wildcard is going to be on consoles. I love this game. This game had a mint of its Genesis Wild Pass a while back. The floor price for these were significantly lower. Like, I think you did more than a 10x on this one. No, way more than a 10x on this one from launch. So people are getting filthy rich off this stuff. This thing's at 0.53 right now in terms of a floor. I'm still bullish on this one. I still think it has room to go. I do think it's cooling off a little bit, though. It's kind of been chilling out at this 0.5 area for quite some time. But Wildcard, it's going to be a top crypto game. By the end of next month, I want to own a Genesis Wild Pass for sure. It's only available on Solana. That's probably why I don't know a lot about it. How much do you think Season 2 Mega Weapon playable DGen NFTs will go this bull? I know about that mint. I am very in tune with the Mega Weapon team. I actually talked to them very recently. We're going to have them on the show, Mr. D. I've confirmed that. I believe it's happening this Tuesday. We're also going to have Merit Circle DAO on at the same time. I'm very excited to talk with them. Maybe I'll ask them then what they think about their Degenerator NFTs. Degenerator NFTs, I mean, they're just NFTs. They look cute. They look nice. I also, I'm going to for sure be grabbing those. I think Mega Weapon is extremely undervalued at its current market cap. It's at $1.53, $15 million market cap. This thing deserves to be higher. We covered this thing at way less than $1. I think it was at like 30 cents when we covered it. I bought the token at around $1. So we're up around 60%. We're pretty happy. I'm not complaining at all. I haven't taken any profits on it just yet. Has very low volume, so there is always that to keep in mind. It's on the Avalanche narrative. It's on Beam. They've got the GameSwift stuff going on for Mega Weapon as well. A lot of things happening for Mega Weapon. So I'm proud of the team with what they've done, that they've survived. But it is what it is. Funny, you skipped my comment on Metabox. I don't think I saw you. I don't think you even commented that. Maybe you just lost internet. I don't know what Metabox is, my friend. So I'm not even going to try to answer that. Unfortunately, I don't know about Metabox. I probably have to do research on that after the stream. So, Whales, talking about when are we late? When are we so back? We always talk about when we're back. People are excited for crypto gaming. Press 1 in the chat if you think we're just going straight to all-time highs on Bitcoin. At this point, it's kind of just gone only up. Press 2 in the chat if you think we're going to have a correction by the end of this year. I personally, if I had to choose, I would pick 2. I think we're going to have a correction. Maybe I'm coping. I don't think I'm coping because I own a bunch of assets, so either way, I'd be very happy. I'm expecting some sort of correction, though, in December. People do tax loss harvesting. I don't know how many people are down on Bitcoin or in crypto in general. Maybe not as many as I think. But if there's a good amount of them, then I'm sure we're going to have some sort of correction. It's only normal to have a correction. If we went down 50% from where we are right now, I wouldn't see that as crazy. I would see that as totally normal. Nothing wrong with that at all. Would it suck? Yeah, probably, because I'd rather my bags go up only. But that's why it's important to take profits if you think something's going to happen. You don't want to be 100% allocated into something you're pretty sure is going to have a correction. You'd rather be like maybe 75% allocated or 50% allocated, which is why I've held quite a few stable coins. A lot of people tell me about crypto gaming, and I tell people about crypto gaming. But the truth is, most of my crypto is in Ethereum. Most of my crypto is in Bitcoin. I own a good amount of Bitcoin. I can talk to you all day about why it's good to have proper risk tolerance and be smart about your investments. And the fact that if Bitcoin corrects, then a lot of your favorite crypto gaming coins are going to correct way harder. There's nothing wrong with trading crypto gaming coins. We've made a ton of profit over the quarter, and I'm sure we're going to make way more. But you should definitely roll over profits into safer things. That's something that's a very safe thing to say. Should I FOMO in now? You should definitely not FOMO. The word FOMO just sucks. If your only reason for getting into the crypto gaming space is because you're fearing of missing out, no. Don't buy in. Don't do it, because you're going to make a stupid decision and you're going to get totally wrecked. In some like low market cap coin that has like 1 million market cap because you feel like you missed the 700 million market cap launches. So you're like, yeah, I'm going to get into this random 1 million market cap coin and then do my thing. I'm like, nah. Don't do that. You're going to lose all your money. Be smart. Don't be stupid. Obviously, I'm just some dude on the internet. You could just do it if you want. You know, you're a grown adult. But yeah. Just be careful. I think Myria is a good spot to buy. Myria right now had a bit of a correction. I think it's at the 86s. It's pretty much at all-time highs, though. Let's be honest. It went all the way to the 12s, had a bit of a correction. This is something that I own nodes on. So I sell my Myria all the time. I also get Myria every single day. I have multiple nodes, so I'm very happy with what's happening with Myria. I have always been a person to tell people that I love nodes. This is my node ecosystem play. When I buy Myria on spot right now, I think this is a DCA more than anything. I don't think this is a throw $1,000 into it. I think the risk to reward that you're getting at this point in the short term isn't great, especially if we're expecting some sort of correction in the overall crypto space by the end of this year. It's just a DCA play. This is a DCA play for sure. Almost over for I want Nakamoto, 𝐒𝐬, and Playable. Well, you should have bought 𝐒𝐬 a while ago, but I do agree. 𝐒𝐬 is a good one. 𝐒𝐬ify, I love that. Nakamoto, also put that on S tier. You know, I think Nakamoto Games also has a lot of room to grow, even at its current valuation. This can go the billions. I talked about this when it was at, I think, like 40 cents, or was it less? It was very low valuation. It was earlier on this year. We got in very early. I have bias because I'm already up on my bag a lot. I've already taken my initial investment out. I'm very happy. But I do think GambleFi is going to be a big sector in this crypto gaming space. 2024 bull run for sure. I think everything's on sale. Yeah, I think a lot of people are wishing that things were cheaper. So hopefully at some point it corrects. As someone who likes games, are there any crypto games that is good strategy like Civilization? If I'll be honest with you, no. I mean, there are games that are trying to do things similar to Civ, but they don't have the budget to do it, so they're not there yet. There are games that are doing things like Age of Empires. There are games that are doing things like Clash of Clans. I don't know a game specifically that's doing strategy, though. I think strategy is very much a dying genre. You know, the whole turn-based strategy thing, maybe you'll do it in card games. I don't see it a lot these days, though. Civ was a one-off, I feel. Like, they did it very well. The people that tried to do it like Civ never ended up getting it right. I'm obsessed with Civilization. I put thousands of hours into the game, but they're the ones that did it right. They didn't do Beyond Earth right, but we don't talk about Beyond Earth on the stream. I'm impatient for a correction. I feel like I missed out. Well, you can DCA. You don't have to throw all your money into it. What do you think of Axie Infinity? I made a video yesterday about Axie Infinity. I've been very critical in the past of Axie Infinity. Here's my take on it. I think that they've fixed a lot of their issues. I think that would I become a Ronin Maxi? No, not at all. There's plenty of plays that I think are better than Ronin. That's straight up. I think that they're going to be much better than Ronin. However, you know, I own Ron as a token. I think Ronin will hit all-time highs. That is a safe conservative estimate at this point. I called it out, you know, sub $1, very sub $1. It was way back in the day. AXS, I'm not that bullish on. Ronin, I'm bullish on. So that's my take on that one. Thanks, bro. Of course. Yeah, of course. Bitcoin, when dips, you think, after January 10th? I don't know. I will never be able to tell someone when something is going to end up dipping because it's up in the air. It's up in the air when something's going to dip. It's only a question of who's going to take profit at what time, because 44,000, the next critical level for Bitcoin is somewhere around 48,000. And then after that, it's 56,000. Things went up very fast over in 2021. Are we going straight to 48,000 and then we're correcting? Maybe. Are we just going to randomly correct at 44,000? Maybe. I think the likelihood is that we go straight to 48 and then we correct. That would make a lot of sense. If we don't, then, I mean, this run in general hasn't made a lot of sense. We've been mooning this entire time. So maybe I'm a little bit premature here, but I would suspect something should be happening by the end of this year. Weird flex, but okay. Hell yeah, let's go. You know about Forge? So Forge, no. The token, Forged, if you're talking about Forged Arena or Vulcan Forge, then yes. If we're talking about Vulcan Forge, yes, I know about Vulcan Forged. SEC is rumored to have Bitcoin spot. A lot of people are speculating on that. And a lot of people that are and doing analysis on whether or not this is going to happen. 99% of them say it's going to happen. Is there a possibility that it doesn't happen? Sure. But I think the likelihood is obviously we're going to have a spot Bitcoin ETF and a spot Ethereum ETF. Can I look at Cyber Arena? Cyber Arena is a pretty good one, actually. Cyber Arena is one I was excited about for quite some time. They are mooning. Yeah, they're mooning right now. Lit Labs also was pretty awesome. Where's Lit Labs? Is this a token for Lit Labs? It's the same thing. Lit Labs. I don't own the token, though, is what I'm trying to say here, which is Cyber... Am I thinking about the wrong game? I think I'm thinking about the wrong game. Yeah, I'm thinking about the wrong game. I was thinking about Cyber Titans. My bad. Totally wrong token here. I don't know what this token is. Dubs. Yes, I do know about Dubs. So Dubs is a mooner. Dubs is a straight up mooner. She go moonshot and just keeps going upward. Doesn't stop going up to the rest of the time. I'm bullish on Dubs. I think Dubs can hit a higher valuation. I like what they're doing. I like their market cap. I like everything. I like everything. I don't hate anything about Dubs. I own Dubs. So, I mean, I've got bias there. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Legacy games like Sand and Mana. Will they live and innovate? Well, according to Inspector, yes. My opinion is I don't care about Sandbox or Mana. In terms of, like, do I own them? No. I don't own any Metaverse plays for the most part. I'm not that bullish on Metaverses because I feel like they're going to be laggers. They've already shown to be laggers so far in this crypto gaming run. I mean, look over the past month. Decentraland's up 14%. Are you excited about a 14% gain? 16% in the year? Does that get you up at night? I don't know if it gets me up at night. So, yeah, no, I'm not that excited for Metaverse plays. But, I mean, I guess if you're bullish on Metaverses, then of course Mana is great. Skipping, Meta Blocks build on Roblox. Yeah, of course. No love. Yeah, I don't know if I'm bullish on that. Will they live and innovate? I guess is a great question. I don't think so. I mean, they've shown that over the last bull cycle, they have the same game. They haven't really done anything new, so I don't have any reason to be excited about them. There are also going to be plenty of other metaverses that end up launching by the end of this bull cycle that haven't even come out yet. So can they retain all their partners if they're just doing the same thing over and over? I don't know, but I'm sure people are going to throw money at it once other crypto gaming plays moon, only because at some point metaverses have to come into the fray. Army of Fortune, FOMO or FUD? So AOF-verse did pretty damn well. Their fortune keys, you know, they had their thing. The actual token, the governance coin for it, I think that it's overvalued, my humble opinion, on launch. Now, can I be wrong? Yes. Can I also be right and then say that, you know, 3 weeks into the launch, you could go ahead and grab into it and probably be very happy long term? I could also be right on that one. I think Army of Fortune is a solid game. The valuation is really high, so I'm scared of the valuation. If I'm honest, I'm shivering here. But I'm sure at some point it's going to make more sense for me. Let's go, Wasif. Let's go, Wasif. Everybody yell at Wasif because Wasif is the coolest guy on Gala. Wasif is the guy that I go ahead and I yell at 3 in the morning about all of my problems, and he just listens. He just listens all the time. Wasif is like that guy you go to at the bar when you've had a couple too many drinks, and you're just like, "What's good, dude? What's happening?" That's Wasif. I've been in Gala for a very long time, and let me tell you, I probably would not be covering Gala right now if it weren't for Wasif. Wasif has been a big guy. Pretty much saved the Gala ecosystem, if I'm honest with you. Because before, the old guy over at Gala, I don't want to say anything. But, yikes. What's happening? I am yelling about NFTs. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm yelling about NFTs. I'm yelling about game releases. I'm yelling about a lot of things. That's exactly what's going on. But I have to go, actually. I have to go in the next 2 minutes. I'm going to take some last-minute questions with people that want to ask me questions about things because apparently I know the answers to everything. I do have to go very, very soon, but I'll take a couple more questions. Will I ever share my portfolio with you? Tokens and percentages? Probably not. I have them spread out on a lot of different wallets. That would be very complicated to do. I would suffer if I had to do that. Will I make a public portfolio at some point? Probably. I'm sure I would. Is it very crypto for me to do that? Nah. Am I going to be doing a review of cold wallets to put your crypto in? Yeah, I'm actually going to be doing that pretty soon. I'm getting a lot of different cold wallets. I want to test them out to see how hyped they are. One of my thoughts on the GTA 6 trailer, I watched it, the shaking the booty, very Florida, man. It really reminded me of back home. All of those are real things, by the way. Those actually happened. I'm excited for it. I didn't expect as many NPCs as I'd seen in the trailer. I also kind of expected a lot of people to look at it, but 80 million views in under 24 hours is kind of wild. So I'm gonna play the hell out of GTA. Yeah, really captured Florida. Really captured Florida with the gators randomly going into the stores. Like, that just felt like another day. Whenever I go to the park, I always see gators just chilling in the water. They're not hopping out. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do walk out. I've actually been walking before, and then mid-walk, I randomly see a gator just come up and just start walking just because he wants to pass. Like, why did the chicken cross the road? Well, it's why did the gator cross the road? I let it go, and then I keep walking on my walk. Sometimes, you know, when I'm walking, I get kind of like cornered off where there's a gator that goes ahead and pops up by the end of the trail. So I kind of just have to chill there or grab the balls that I have, just enlarge them and then walk through. I've done that before. Like, I've been like 5 feet away from a gator before, which is not recommended. Don't do that. You should be at least 15 feet away from a gator. But I mean, if I got to get home, I got to get home, right? If Wasif is calling me, you know, I've got to get home. The coin you own with the highest conviction, well, the ones that I've been holding the longest, I guess, right? Like, I've been holding Gala forever. I've been holding plenty of crypto gaming plays for a very long time. So there's a lot of coins that I'm holding. There's a lot of games that I'm excited for. There's a lot of NFTs that are hyped. There's too many things for one person's brain to even wrap their head around. But that's pretty much going to be this live. I wanted to make it very quick. Tomorrow, we're going to have the head of gaming over at Avalanche. They're going to be on the stream. That's going to be super hype. Tuesday, we're going to have Merit Circle DAO as well as Mega Weapon over at the stream. So there's a lot of awesome stuff happening. Very quick stream. I hope you enjoyed your day because it's only started and you should always make the best of every moment in your life. Till the next time, stay classy, and that's all.